Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow.
Hi guys, assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So here we had a dawat in my tenant's house. So they moved in and then they were having their sister over. So she invited me and my husband to go and eat as well. We did refuse it at first because we're having some guests over and I need to cook. My Sasi-in-law is coming from London for the first time. So I did tell her that I need to be cooking, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. So we quickly went and had lunch with them and then came back. And here I'm preparing all the vegetables for the curries that I'm going to be cooking. So first of all, I'm cutting the uri, and then I've got khodu here. So I'm cutting the khodu. So my Sasi is coming for the first time. They live in Essex. Sorry, I realized I said London before, but they live in Essex. So her and my Sasa-in-law is coming today. Because my father-in-law's been ill. They've not been able to come in the lockdown, so they're coming now to see him. So I'm preparing everything the day before, which I always do because I find that on the day I need to be cleaning and washing all the dishes and just preparing. So here it's the night before I'm cooking, so I'm sharing with you recipes today as well. I'm not a professional at desi cooking, but I'm just sharing with you recipes the way I make them. So here I've put in 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons of mixed powder and half a teaspoon of chili powder. And then I'm going to give it a good stir and then leave it for 5 to 8 minutes. And here I'm making magur on its own, so I've put in 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and I'm going to be putting in 2 tablespoons of mixed powder as well. And again, I'm going to give it a good stir and then leave it for another 5 minutes. And here I'm making gualmas with uri, so I've put in 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon of chili powder and 2 tablespoons of mixed powder. And then here again a good stir and leave it for 5 minutes. So here my Laos mix is done. So well, how you know it's done is when the oil floats on the top. So that's what happened. And then I'm putting in the khodu, and then I'm going to cook that for another 10 to 15 minutes until it softens. And here my magur mashla is done as well. So I'm going to be adding in the magur and give it a good stir and then leave it for another 5 minutes for it to cook. But be very gentle with the magur because they're really soft, so you don't want to break it. And here I've got the gual mixture. So I'm adding in the uri now because it's ready. And I'm going to add in a little bit of water because mixtures have gone a little dry and it might stick to the bottom after a while. So I'm going to add in a little bit of water and then leave that for about 15 minutes on slow gas for the uri to cook, because uri takes a while to be cooked. So it just depends how long it takes. I will be checking it once in a while. And here I've got the magur. So after about 5 minutes I'm giving it a good stir. Once it's cooking, make sure you don't put in the spoon in small fish because otherwise it's going to break. So just do it the way I'm doing it. So here I'm giving a stir to the khodu and the uri in between. And here I'm making a tomato curry with mirka as well. So I've added in similar powders. So half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon of mixed powder and half a teaspoon of chili powder. And then I added in the tomato. And here I'm cooking the lamb. So I've added in 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder because it's quite a big dish. And then I'm going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Chili powder you can adjust according to how hot you like your curries. And here I'm going to be adding in quite a bit of mixed powder. So I added in about 7 tablespoons of mixed powder in this lamb. And then I'm going to give it a good stir and then leave it for 5 to 8 minutes for it to cook. So here my lamb is ready now. As you can see, the oil is floating on the top. So I've added in my potato. And here my tomato is done as well. Tomatoes doesn't need that much time. So I'm adding in the mirka fish here now. And then I'm going to give it a good stir. And then leave it to cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. And here my magur is ready as well. So I'm adding in the water, the sauce basically. And in small fish, we don't put in that much water because we like it Bona type. So I've just added in a bit of water and then I'm going to leave it to cook. And here I'm adding in all the fish in the hodu as well, the gwal fish. And my uri is done as well here. So I'm adding in the eyed fish. So basically I've started cooking all of them at the same time. So it saves me a lot of time. So I'm cooking 4 curries here at the same time. So here my lamb is ready as well. So I'm adding in the sauce. And then I'm going to add in this water for the hodu. One by one, I'll add it to all of them. And then just leave it to cook for another 10 minutes on slow. So this is the tomato curry, and we like our tomatoes to have a lot more sauce than other curries. So I've added in quite a bit. So here my gual mas is cooking. So I'm adding in the water and then cook for another 10 minutes. So here all my curries are done. This is rupchada. I've not shown you the recipe for this one. So I couldn't manage showing you recipes for all of the curries that I made, but I did show you 4 curries. So these khulja, lamb chops, which I didn't show you, and the king prawns. Doesn't that look delicious? Let me know if you like king prawns. It's my favorite. And so here are the curries that I showed you the recipes for. So lamb chops, hodu. So I'm just going to put in the coriander in all of them now. This is the magur. And this is the uri and gual mas. And this is the lamb and potato. And this is the tomato. So I've added in a lot more coriander in the tomato curry because it tastes nice. And here I've got the tandoori chicken. So my brother-in-law made these in the restaurant because we had quite a lot. So I'm just putting them in the trays to put it in the oven to heat them up. And here my brother-in-law is making the salad. I've asked him to make the salad because he makes them really nice and he chops them really small as well. So he's doing that. And here I've started doing the pulao as well. I cooked the curry for the pulao the night before, so I'm just making the rice now. So I've added in ghee and then I've added in the basmati rice, which I will be cooking for about 5 minutes until it looks a little crunchy, and then I'm adding in the water. And here my Sasa-in-law brought a khatol, and he brought all sorts of fruits, which I will show you in a minute. I don't think he left any fruits in the shop. He literally bought the whole shop. So here my husband's trying to open the khatol, but the khatol wasn't that good, unfortunately. With khatol, you never know what's inside. Sometimes it's down to lock as well. So this one, my husband couldn't get the khatol out because it was stuck and it was really hard. So when he was pulling the khatol out, the seed was coming out, but none of the flesh. So that was unfortunate, but we still tried to enjoy it. So here I've dished up all the food for them, so they will be eating now. So after food, this is all the fruits my Sasi-in-law bought. He's brought every type of mangoes there was in the shop, and all sorts of other fruits as well. So usually when Mehoman come and we have things, I just share it out with my family. So this is what we're doing now, and then I'll be making some fruit for dessert for them. So here I've cut all the fruits for them. So I've made 2 plates of them because I will be giving one to the men and one to the women. I'm also making tea at the same time.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces.
So after eating the fruit, my Sasi-in-law wanted to go and visit the gold shop because we have all the gold shops near our house. So she wanted to buy a chain, so she went down and we went with her. So this is one of the biggest gold shops we have on Wilmslow Road. It's Choice. This is it, guys. My video has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Until my next video, take care. Assalamu alaikum.